Good evening, everybody, and welcome live to Silverstone circuits here in Great Britain for the first of 130 plus races in the BSRTC for 2018. And we're in qualifying at the moment, getting set for a mammoth season that will span the globe. And we start at the home of British motorsport here at Silverstone before going down under in Australia next week. Hello, everybody. I'm Adam Bath, joining you for the next 9 months of BSRTC action. Joining me in the commentary box and on the cameras in and out throughout the season as well, it's a warm welcome to Sam Kumo, a BSR Porsche driver as well, a year ago when that series was up and running. Sam, BSRTC, mammoth grids, it's 2018, we're going to get the season underway tonight.
Yeah, thanks Adam, and hello everyone. So yeah, it's good to be back here at the broadcasting booth, and also just excited to see all these Kias going around here. It was only the other day when we were here at the Silverstone with the BSR MX5 Tuesdays, and even that was just action-packed. So I cannot wait to see what happens here with the, let's see, 62 cars on the grid.
Yeah, 62 cars. We wouldn't expect anything less, would we, from the BSRTC? We'll get into it in a moment. We'll get into the grid in a moment, but first we'll run you through some of the runners and riders that are going to be racing this year's championship. Defending champion Wojciech Swidovic is back. He's got the #1 on his car, and he'll be racing with Apex Racing once again for another season. Alex Simpson, he was in the commentary box last year doing the cameras. He's on the track this year, going after those Sperry points as well. He's going to be in the Apex Racing car, pro driver as well. Wonder if he was too surprised with that. He was contesting that he should have been an AM, but he is a pro. Nathan Davis also at Apex Racing for another season. Andreas Katz as well. Brian Holmes also in an Apex Racing car. George Simmons, Jamie Fluke, Stelian Chapelewski all going to be in the cars at some point during the season as well. Of course, those of you that are new to the BSRTC, I believe, Sam, is it just the top 4 that get the points, just to stop loads of drivers fielding drivers for loads of points, really?
Sorry, I just missed that because I apologize. We are currently experiencing some difficulties with the stream. I see cars jumping in and out, so if you can give me a moment, I will see if I can do something about that.
Running through some of the rest of the entry list in alphabetical order. Automech as well. Automech Knock Hill back for another season, fielding a Pro-Am team. Familiar faces there with Max Wright, Roy Ververke, Scott Malcolm, Rob Graham, who was racing on Tuesday as well, Law Murray, and Rory Butcher, their pro driver, back for 2018 after a very good 2016 where I think he did make the showdown. Rory Butcher and Dave Christie as well, the Knock Hill commentator in series. Moving over to Bodak, we've got some very, very experienced drivers here. We've got Isaac Price, iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series driver, and also a driver for Fernando Alonso's team on the entry list. We've got Jack Sedgwick, Johnny Brandon, Michael Evdoka, and Nick Madsen. That is, and Richard Warmingham as well, the AM driver. That is a very, very strong team, and could be one to watch this season. From a new team on the grid to one of the most experienced on the grid, that were boosted, and they have got a bit of a revamp for their entry list this season. They've got Ben Hackerson, familiar face there. Carl Janssen, AM driver, new to the team. Julian Janowski there as well. Josh Thompson joining the boosted team. That could be a good fit for him. Andrew Whitehead, John Roberts, Stuart Atkinson and Tristan Bodis. No need to introduce those guys when it comes to the boosted team. Now into what will probably be Apex Racing's biggest challenge this season, and that is CQR. Ash Sutton, the defending British Touring Car Champion, back at a circuit that he knows well. Michael Hall, Dave Baker, Pete Harrod, Jamie Rushworth, Dan Craft, Matt Bunn. All of those drivers will be in the CQR car throughout the season. Then into the Academy team, got Adam Broughton Grant, Jake Blackhall, Russell Laidler, Pete Newman, Christian Rose, Stuart McFadden as well, making it into the CQR Academy. Another good up-and-coming driver too, both on the sim here and in real life. Moving over to Northern Lights Racing GT Omega. They've merged teams for this season. And Northern Lights Racing, a team that is on the up as well. So many competitive teams set to take part in the BSRTC this season. Sven Glatzel made a name for himself with Fanatec last season. Ross McFarlane with Northern Lights Racing as well, along with Colin Cunniff. Stephen Baxter, Alex Everett, Ross Balfour as well, and Josh Martin also there in the Northern Lights GT Omega team. Northern Lights Racing have also fielded a Pro-Am team that is called Scuderia, and just see if I can extend this column so I can see the rest of it. I can't, so it's Scuderia something. I'll get on to that.
It might be Scuderia Haggis, that's the one of them, and let's see the other one.
Shouldn't have been surprised by that. Scottish team, Northern Lights Racing Scuderia Haggis. Tasty offering, perhaps that's bad. Start of the season as we mean to go on. Nicole Foggy, good to see he's there. Callum Spencer, Dan Brown, Taylor Lane, Martin Front, Craig Evans and Rashid Kasim. Not too many more teams to go. Shows you how many cars we're expecting over the course of the season. Alexander Galahassi in that car in the Pro Sim team. Kip Stevens, Laura Bond, Thorstein Helgeson, Craig Taylor, Vlad Tchaikovsky as well, fielded as NAM. Alex Smolensky back at Pro Sim, and Fraser Williamson too. Then into Sim Ortal with another AM team. Michael Blake, Adam Hadfield coming over from a former Club Series driver on the Sunday night. Matt Keeber, Mark Johnston, the Pro driver. Lee Deemer, and then they've got Kenny and Mikkel Mack as well. Then Team Mad, just 2 teams left. Team Mad made up of Mark Woodhouse, Chris Wood, Paul Smith driving for Team Mad as well. Maciek Sakovic, a driver that Paul commentated on not too long ago. Dave Crozier, Jamie Ayres, Diogo Melro, Miguel Freitas, and then into the final team, Youth Energy, fielding a BSRTC team for the first time, made up of Adam Delmont, Anwar Smith, Jack McIntyre, Gareth Hickling, Adam McNally, Joe McDonald, and Chris Daines. Well, Sam, quite a few drivers and quite a few big names there too.
Yeah, quite a few teams, and while we were listening them, we just finished the qualifying, and I believe the last drivers are just about to finish their qualifying laps.
Hope I haven't missed anyone out. Right, we're gonna have to
I think we will find out if we have.
Right, it's time to run through the grid. So deep breath again, I think.
Exactly.
It's been a good start though to the season. The CQR, because they've got David Baker starting on the pole position. By the way, new viewers, I hope you're enjoying the new overlay for this season. So only going to get better and better as the evening goes on, and as the season goes on, and of course a reverse grid and a new reverse grid wheel, which we'll run you through. And then we get to it after this opening race, which will be 11 laps. Dave Baker then starting on the pole position, CQR. Then Ross McFarlane second for Northern Lights Racing GT Omega. Ash Sutton starting in third, the reigning British Touring Car champion, making it 2 CQR cars in the top 3. And Sven Glatzel starting in 4th position. Glatzel driving for Northern Lights Racing GT Omega. Pete Newman starting in 5th position on the grid. Pete Newman driving for the CQR Academy team, making it CQR 4, I think, yeah, 4 CQR team drivers inside the top 5. Then Stephen Baxter in 6th, Nicole Foggy 7th, Johnny Brandon in 8th, Katz 9th, and Jack Sedgwick rounding out the top 10. I think Katz is the highest Apex Racing car. 11th for Carl Janssen, Ben Hackerson in 12th, Michael Evdoka starting in 13th, Nathan Davis in 14th, Colin Cunniff, another Northern Lights Racing car there in 15th. 16th place on the grid is going to be Anwar Smith. Smith in the Youth Energy car. I'm intrigued to see the paint scheme on that one, with it being their first season in the Kia. Alex Everett 17th, Michael Hall in 18th, Kip Stevens, the two-time champion from season 1 and 2, starting in 19th. Martin Front in 20th. Isaac Price raced in some of the biggest sim racing championships and was of course in the running for World's Fastest Gamer, starting in 21st place, with Josh Thompson, a iRacing World Championship, iRacing Road Pro Series driver, in 22nd. Matt Bunn starting in 23rd, Laura Bond 24th, Alex Simpson, technically his first official race in the Kia. He did do a guest race last year at Le Mans. He's starting in 25th with none other than the reigning champion, Wojciech Savidovic, car 1, starting in 26th. Julian Janowski 27th. On the grid, we've just got over 90 seconds to go before we go green. And 28th, Rusty Laidler, Mark Johnston 29th, and Dan Brown in 30th. Paul Smith starting in 31st, Adam McNally 32nd, and then another Adam Delmont starting in 33rd. Stuart McFadden in his first race for the CQR Academy team, starting in 34th, and Brian Holmes 35th for CQR as well. Mark Woodhouse 36th, Christian Rose 37th, Nick Madsen, a new driver, starting in 38th. 39th for Vlad Tchaikovsky, Jack McIntyre starting in 40th, Then Scott Malcolm, Chris Wood, Jamie Ayres, Jake Blackhall, Robert Graham starting in 45th, Adam Hadfield in 46th, Fraser Williamson in 47th, 48th Tristan Bodis, Adam Broughton Grant 49th, and Michael Blake in 50th. They just keep on coming. 51st, Matt Keeber. 52nd, Richard Warmingham. 53rd, Lorne Murray. 54th, Taylor Lane. 55th, Dave Christie. 56th, another Dave, David Crozier. Then 57, Callum Spencer. 58th, Lee Deemer. 59th is Gareth Hickling. 60th, not setting a time, is Jamie Rushworth. And then starting in 61st, Max Wright, and 62nd, Joe McDonald. Sam, I've never seen a grid as big as that on iRacing ever, I don't think.
I don't think me neither. And here I am hoping that we don't get the issues we had at the start of the qualify with the blinking cars. But I will let you know if that happens, because then I might need to just quickly adjust something. But I will let you know.
There are a lot of cars, and there's going to be a lot for us to keep up with. 61st place is 62nd place, sorry, starting just on the exit of Lovefield. They're going to have a lot of trouble seeing the lights, and they don't even have a halo on the car. Right, getting set then. The first race of the BSRTC season for 2018. We're underway at Silverstone. Baker gets away well, Ross McFarlane gets away okay, but it's going to be Ash Sutton looking up the inside of him going into the first corner in a bid to make it a CQR 1-2. Into the first corner we go, and Sutton gets that second place straight away. Good start there by the reigning British Touring Car champion. Looks like, Sam, we are going to get through the first corner without incident, but now they've got to filter their way through into Maggis and Beckett, and already the contact is beginning as Sven Glatzel gets into the back of Ross McFarlane. He's trying to get himself into third place.
Yeah, sorry, it seems like we are having some issues here with the stream, so just give me a second and I will restart the stream.
Okay, we'll restart the stream. We'll be...
Okay, and we should be back right now, with less blinking hopefully.
Fingers crossed. While you're away, hopefully we might be able to get a replay somehow. I don't think we will, but Ross McFarlane got absolutely clattered into. He was in third place by Sven Glatzel, I think it was, and that's why there's a bit of a gap now between the top three and everybody else. But yeah, what a disaster for Ross McFarlane, and he's going to be right at the back. He may have towed back to the pits as well, as we come out of the final corner to complete that one.
Yeah, I think we might be able to get the replay of that. Let me just quickly check. Okay, so here we have, they are coming through the home straight here. Let's see. Towards the braking zone, on the outside line. I'm not seeing I think we just missed the section of the replay. But never mind, let's continue with the live pictures.
Race order then at the end of the opening lap. It's Baker that leads, Sutton second, Pete Newman third, Stephen Baxter fourth, Glatzel fifth, Cat sixth, Foggy seventh, Brandon eighth, Jack Sedgwick, pro driver in ninth, Carl Janssen rounding out the top 10. And just looking on the back straight, Sam, it's absolute line astern all the way down. Going to be very difficult for any drivers to build any gaps in.
Yeah, and I'm still having the issues here. I apologize for that, but it just the cars keep disappearing on my screen, and there is not much I can do about this.
Issues with the BSRTC, I'm afraid. So many cars, I think that probably doesn't help. But yeah, here we go. Sutton closing in on Baker. Hopefully you're able to see this. Going for the flat-out Abbey left-hander. Now into Bridge. And Pete Newman now making a name for himself here. He already has. But he wants to try and get past Ash Sutton here as we go through Brooklands and into Priory. And CQR able to control the race now that they've got three of their cars in the top three. CQR, the main team, first and second with Baker and Sutton. And then the CQR Academy team with the red on the car in third position. Stephen Baxter doing very, very well here. He's in fourth position. The British driver with the Union flag on, oh, sorry, the English flag, the flag of St. George blazoned on the top. Now here comes one of the Northern Lights GT Omega cars. This is Sven Glatzel. He's in fifth. In fact, there are two teammates working together here. And then it's the first of the Apex Racing cars with Katz in sixth. see if we can... I don't know if we'll be able to. We can go back and see if we can find some battles.
No, at the right now it's just blinking so much that I can't really do much about it.
Alright. Apologies for the technical issues then. Don't know what else we can do with that, I'm afraid. Don't know if it's the new overlay or not, but
no, it's not the overlay because it's a connection to iRacing servers. So I'm just. It might be because there's just so many drivers.
Yes, I think I'm getting a few drop frames, but I can fill you in on some positions. Isaac Price, driving for the new Bodak team, is currently sitting in 19th position. He's currently chasing Matt Bunn. New team to the series, Bodak Racing. They've got a wealth of talent with them. He has got Kip Stevens just up the road as well. He's got the reigning champion Wojciech Savidovic behind him. So welcome to the BSRTC, Isaac. Good to have you here, and hopefully for the majority of the season. I'm sure Bozak will be giving it their all. And also they've got Jack Sedgwick, a pro driver there. And who else have they got in there? They've got Richard Warmingham, Nick Madsen, Evdoka, Johnny Brandon. Quite a few drivers. There's Wojciech Savidovic has just disappeared. I don't know whether he's got any internet issues as well, because the Apex racing car has just completely disappeared off my screen. So hopefully that's not problems for the defending champion, because if it is, he's got a very long evening ahead. Back at the front then, David Baker has continuing to lead. Second is Ash Sutton. Third, Pete Newman, as they're coming up to lap some traffic here. That is Julian Janot. No, it's still David Baker. I've just got the wrong paint on the car. There's go through Chapel. To the back straight again, building up speed now. Savidovic is out. Receive throughput for him. And that is the internet here. 62 cars. Probably one of the biggest grids on iRacing ever. Probably alongside the endurance races like Blancpain and the Le Mans 24 Hours. That is as big as it gets. And we see it, iRacing issues there as well in the big events. So no surprises really how we as the broadcaster and some of the drivers are having some issues. Baker continues to lead. Red on the car. Sutton in second with the CQR livery 2. Pete Newman in third. Fourth Baxter. Fifth Glatzel. Sixth Cat. Seventh Foggy. Eighth Brandon. Ninth Sedgwick. And 10th Carl Janssen as the battle for sideways. Nicole Foggy going through bridge. He is off. Don't know if you'll be able to see it, but he is across the grass on the inside of Priory. He's going to get back onto the circuit, may have to serve a slowdown penalty, and he's going to emerge just alongside, that is Carl Janssen, who's looking at the inside there. Car 22. Also there is the Bodak car of Michael Evdoka, almost colliding there. The the Northern Lights racing car Scuderia Haggis, I think it actually no, it's the GT Omega one. Yeah, it is. It is just able to slot back in. However, he's now drifted down to 10th place after that off.
Okay, I think we might have at least somewhat solid issues. For now, it seems to be stable, but I cannot confirm that the positions are currently correct. But we can see Nekopogi here in the battles.
Just pick a battle, I think Sam. Any amount of cars. I don't want to take you away from this part of the battles in case the cars start blinking again. But cars that are out of the race so far. Joe McDonald didn't take the start. Michael Hall 2 laps down. Ross McFarlane 2 laps down. So that contact that he had pretty much is put him out. Then Dave Crozier 1 lap down. Wojciech Savidovic has rejoined the session, but he will be 1 lap down. And if you stay 1 lap down, you can get the reverse grid. And I think that could be pretty crucial tonight, Sam, especially if we get one of those fulls, or full -1s as they're going to be.
Yeah, exactly. And unlike previously, this time around the full reverse grid works like you have -1 to -4, just to prevent anyone from staying back and hoping for the full reverse. Because then if you just miss it by 1, then you're still all the way back. And with this many cars, imagine 60 cars reverse. That is going to be something to watch.
it is all line astern at the front. So close. We've got some big iRatings as well, by the way. Jack Sedgwick, iRating of 7,410. He'd be doing well there. Just finding the biggest movers for you all. Jamie Ayres has gained 20 positions. Vlad Sanjikovsky gained 15. He had. Now that my timing screen's updated, that's changed. But biggest mover now, maybe Stuart McFadden. 11 positions gained, driving for the CQR Academy team. And is now currently sitting in 23rd position. Jack McIntyre's also gained 10 places. Adam Hadfield 13. So some big gainers already. And with packs as close as this, it's very difficult to get any positions gained during these races, but they seem to be getting it done. We'll see a lot more overtaking in the reverse grid races when we've got the faster guys starting in the midfielders. Baker drifts over to the outside. He feels like he needs to stop Sutton getting a draft, and Newman is coming under pressure now from Glatzel. Sorry, Baxter is looking to the outside here. Sam, we could have a move going into the club left-hander. So close between these guys.
Yeah, I think we will definitely see moves here, moving back and forth. They are getting pretty good draft on the straight, but I was maybe expecting them having easier time with the draft. And well, this time around we also have Ash Sutton on the second, and I can't wait to see what happens in the second race, because he is usually one of those guys who will be making up most of the positions.
Saw him in the BSR Imster on Sunday. Here comes Baxter. Newman has to take the defensive line going into Priory, now going into Brooklands. The teammate Glatzel in the Northern Lights GT Omega car is just watching this, trying to pick a way through. Newman making his car exceptionally wide as we go into Luffield here. Car 42 is just behind. That's Andreas Katz, highest Apex racing car. And this is definitely slowing these guys up now, because you can see Ash Sutton and Dave Baker slowly starting to pull away. Over the line we go on to lap 8 of 11. These laps are ticking by at a fair rate of knots. Fastest lap of the race is currently being held by Sven Glatzel, who's trying to get a run on his teammate here, going through Copse, the first corner. An update for you on Alex Simpson. He's in 24th position, I believe. Another driver with the pro license on the car. Then Nick Madsen in 27th, 11 positions gained. So another big gainer, but this could be the opportunity for Stephen Baxter, Sam, because look, the train's just getting bigger and bigger now as they go down the hangar straight.
Yeah, Baxter definitely looking for a place to overtake, but Pete smartly defends the inside line, and that forces Baxter to go around the long way, and it doesn't quite seem like he has the grip. But now, side by side with Baxter on the inside, and this should be a move down.
Should be. And it is. Into third position goes Stephen Baxter. Great move on Pete Newman. Could this be the opening of the floodgate? Because Sven Glatzel will love to join his teammate in gaining a position on the CQR Academy car. Through the flat-out Abbey left-hander. He's looking very close, isn't he? Going into bridge. Brave man to do an overtake there. Maybe even a stupid man. Oh, any contact there as they go into Priory. You got to look up the inside into Brooklands. No, thinks about it. We saw some overtakes there on Tuesday, but of course they were running the national circuit, so they had the Wellington straight to get a run up. See Bodak Racing also there with Johnny Brandon in 7th place. One position gained for him. It's pretty much as you were in this top 10 really with the cars that are there, just because it's the opening race of the evening.
And here we go, Sven Glatzel constantly looking for a way to make a pass, and he definitely looks much faster than Pete Newman at this point of the race. Oh, and what happened there? Big swerve by Glatzel. Oh,
I was looking away for a brief moment. Yeah, Glatzel still behind Newman, so whatever happened to him didn't have too much of an impact on him. Just having a look actually. Oh, he ducked to the inside, didn't he? But then got on the brakes. Now back onto the hangar straight. I was just having a look at some of the battles further back, but we'll have a look at this now as they go down the straight again, building up speed to 230, 240 kilometers an hour before getting on the brakes. I don't know if we can go on board, but
we are currently on board with Sven. It doesn't seem like he's really catching up in the draft, but then again, Newman also had the draft from Baxter, so that's currently not really helping him at all, but he is much faster through these corners.
The great thing about the new iRacing build is that this season we can see what gears they are in. rather than constantly being in reverse. And it's now roles reverse of Pete Newman, because he now looks like he's now trying to put the attack on Stephen Baxter here. Baxter looked like he was the quicker car. Now the CQR Academy, the CQR car with the reds on it. The CQR Academy is trying to close the gap in again. Also starring in this battle, got Cats. We've got Johnny Brandon, Jack Sedgwick slowly getting drawn into this battle as well. His Bodak teammate to Johnny Brandon. Nicole Foggy in 9th and Carl Janssen rounding at the top 10. We've got Hackerson, boosted car with the number 7, starting in 11th. Is currently in 11th. Then we've got Evdoka, Davis. We've got Anwar Smith as well, driving for Youth Energy in their first official BSRTC race. We've got Alex Everett, Cunniff in 16th, Bunn 17th. Kip Stevens has gained a position on this lap. He's up to 17th place. Cunniff down to 18th. And then we've got Laidler, Johnston and Isaac Price just outside the top 20 here as we're on lap 9 of 11. And tell you what, Sam, Ash Sutton now is starting to close in a bit on our leader as they go out to Chapel.
Yes, currently only 3 tenths and closing in on the straight. And let's see, does Baker has to maybe defend here? Not quite close enough, but we'll never know with Sutton. He is known for making the kind of moves that you don't expect.
Definitely, we saw that in the BSR IMSA race on Sunday. He had the opportunity to win all 3 races. Didn't happen there, but it could have happened. It was just unfortunate that he was involved in a bit of contact. Now going through the long right-hander at Club, getting on the power again, almost running out wide. I don't think you get it off track if you go onto that runoff area on the exit. Building up the speed, going through Abbey, the left-hander here, into Bridge, taking it about 220 kilometers an hour. The historic layout here at Silverstone, where we don't use the Abbey chicane or the Club chicane, flat out really from the exit of Club all the way into Bridge. And Baker's now coming up on some lap traffic in front of him. That is the boosted car of Julian Janowski. Janowski at boosted this season. I think he's moved from another team. May have been GT Omega that he was at last season. No, it was at Simmortal, wasn't he? And now at boosted, and Baker and Sutton, they've got a 3-second gap back to the rest of the field as we come on to the penultimate lap.
Yeah, that's a very large gap in this series. You don't really expect that, especially if you remember those races we had in the Brands Hatch Indy. It was just one continuous line throughout all the circuit.
Oh yeah, in the days of the Club Series where we raced at Brands Indy.
Oh, and moves for the 4th place. Sven Glatzel makes the pass on Pete Newman.
There we go. Floodgates have opened. It's go time, as they say in America. Wheel-to-wheel stuff here between Cats as well and the Bodak car of Johnny Brandon. Just enough space given on the exit there as we go on to the Hangar Straight. Penultimate lap. Just over 9 kilometers to go to decide this, and could almost have a free wide situation on our hands here as Jack Sedgwick has to defend from Nicole Foggy going into Stowe. Up the inside goes the Bodak car. That's Sedgwick through. Cat's now under pressure. A little wiggle on the exit. He's off. It's back on again. Is there going to be contact here? There almost is. Sedgwick has to get out of it, but it's Brandon that's ahead. Brandon was 7th at the start of the lap. Past Cats. So now into 6th position as they go on the run into Bridge for the penultimate time, and this allows the Northern Lights Racing GT and Mega cars to pull away a bit now. Stephen Baxter and Glatzel just getting a few tenths of a second over Pete Newman as the battle at the front for P1 and P2 remains at 3 tenths of a second, and I think we're building our way up to what could be a grandstand finish here.
Yes, final corner. Let's see, does Ashley get a good exit here? Not quite. Slowly closing in, but I don't think it will be enough. Let's see. No, and that is a victory for Dave Baker, and Ash Sutton has to be satisfied with the second.
I think we've got one more lap, Sam, I think.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah,
that's a classic Apex Racing TV moment for me then.
There we go. Yeah, you'll be getting fired. Well, don't worry, I've been fired loads of times. Carl,
yeah, we can get Alex to commentate.
On the car, that could be interesting. I wonder if we'll be able to hear from him at some point tonight. But Ash Sutton then, car 0-1. Of course, Savidovic has got the 1 already, so he went for the next best thing, and that's 0-1. He's got the toe on Baker here. Brandon has got past Newman as well, but we'll see that later on as Sutton doesn't duck out for a move just yet. Wonder if he's waiting for Bridge or Brooklands or Priory. Maybe later on in the laps get that lead. Baker continues to lead as he's done ever since the beginning of the race. He started on the pole, last won a championship back in the closing stages of 2014. It's a long time ago. Pro Series hadn't started then, and this is now our 4th season of the Pro Series. He'd be desperate to get the number 1 back on the car. He's got the number 5 this season, and it's the red car with red 5 on it. A number that did so well at Silverstone. Unless Sutton pulls something out of the bag here, it looks like it's going to be Baker's victory, but you would never rule him out, not until the final corner in the checkered flag flying. Into Brooklands then. 2 corners to go. What a start to the season this has been for CQR. They saw Apex run away with the championship last season, but they've got the talent and they've got the quality to get it done. Through the final corner, Dave Baker, number 5, with the Race Hub sponsorship on the car, comes through and it's going to take the checkered flag here in the opening race of the BSRTC season. Baker wins, Sutton second. It's going to be Stephen Baxter that completes the podium, pushed all the way by his teammate Sven Glatzel. Johnny Brandon got 5th on the final lap, pipping Pete Newman, who was in 3rd earlier on. And then 7th for Cats, 8th Jack Sedgwick, 9th Nico Foggy, 10th Carl Janssen. CQR, Sam, good start to the season for them.
Good start for them, and also good start for Carl Janssen. He's the only AM driver within the top 20. No, correction. Martin Hunt finished 20th.
There you go. And on the overlay, I believe it's green for the pros, yes. And green yellow.
Green for the AMs and blue for the pros. Pro class.
There you go. So blue for the pros, green for the AMs. Make sure to watch out for that over the course of the season. If you're trying to pick out your favourite driver, there was a crash after the line. Just seeing where some of the other drivers finished. Brian Holmes for Apex Racing, finishing in 31st place. See where our colleague Alex Simpson finished. He finished in 24th place. In any normal race series, that'd be enough for a strong reverse grid position, but not here. That's going to be in the midfield, I think, for the second race.
No, not even in the midfield. So he will have to do some overtaking in the next race.
CQR formation in lap from them. Jack McIntyre finished in 33rd, car 33. We'll run you through the finishing results in a moment. Just picking out some other drivers. Josh Thompson finished in 36th position. I believe if it's a low wheel, it'll be him towards the front. Who finished 59th position for? Well, Julian Janowski's just come across the line and finished in 56th place. 59th place finish for Tristan Bodis. Our reigning champion was the last car 1 lap down. So last year that would have been great for Wojciech, Sam, but this season he's going to be starting 57th if we get a full -1.
Yeah, we'll just have to find out, but I think everyone has passed the finish line right now.
Can run you through the results, and there'll be quite a few of them, so bear with us, and we'll get the reverse grid, the long-awaited reverse grid, to you in a few minutes. Dave Baker then, first win of the season, first blood to CQR. Ash Sutton in second, making it CQR 1-2. Stephen Baxter in third, Sam Glatzel in fourth. 2 CQR cars, 2 Northern Lights Racing GT Omega cars inside the top 5. And Johnny Brandon finishing in 5th in Bodak's first race in the series. Pete Newman finishing in 6th, Andreas Katz 7th, Sedgwick 8th, Foggy 9th, Carl Janssen in 10th. In 11th place for Ben Hackerson, Nathan Davis finishing in 12th, 13th for Anwar Smith, Michael Evdoka finishing in 14th, 15th for Alex Everett, 16th for Matt Bunt, 17th for Kip Stevens, 18th for Mark Johnston, 19th place finish for Rusty Laidler, gain of 9 places there for him, and 20th place for Martin Front. He started there as well. 21st for Colin Cunniff, 22nd for Stuart McFadden, one of the big movers, gained 12 positions. Isaac Price finishing in 23rd. Welcome to the BSRTC, Isaac. I'm sure there'll be a lot more entertainment for you throughout the evening. And he finished just ahead of a fellow iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series driver in Alex Simpson. 2 midfield finishes for them. Laura Bond in 25th, Nick Madsen in 26th, 27th for Adam McNally in the Youth Energy team, then 28th for Dan Brown, 29th for Mark Woodhouse, gain of 6 positions there for him. 7. Make that. Christian Rose in 30th. Brian Holmes 31st for Apex Racing. His first race for Apex. 32nd for Adam Delmont. 33rd for Jack McIntyre for car 33. 34th Adam Hadfield, 46. Then Jamie Ayres in 35th. Josh Thompson finishing in 36th place. Vlad Zajanjakovski made up 2 places to 37th. And Jake Blackhall finishing in 38th with the Australian internet connection on the other side of the world. It's so difficult for him to go close quarters racing with him, but he was able to do so and gain a few positions as a result. Scott Malcolm in 39th, 40 for Rob Graham, 41st Adam Broughton Grant, 42nd Chris Wood, he started there as well. Richard Warmingham made up a few positions, 9 places, in fact, to finish 43rd. Then Lorne Murray 44th, 45th for Matt Keeber. Max Wright starting in 61st, finished 46th. Good drive there by Max. Fraser Williamson in 47th, 48th for Michael Blake, 49th for Jamie Rushworth, the Season 4 champion, starting towards the rear of the field, not setting a qualifying time, did get a top 50 finish out of it. Lee Deemer 51st, Callum Spencer 52nd, Dave Christie finishing in 53rd, 54th for Taylor Lane, then Paul Smith in 55th, started 31st as well, so something happened to the Yorkshireman there. Then Julian Janowski, 56th, and then Wojciech Svidovic, 1 lap down, 57th place. He's going to be starting there for race 2. Michael Hall, 2 laps down. Tristan Bottis, 5 laps down. Dave Crozier, 9 laps down. Paul Ross McFarlane made it to the end of the hangar straight before he had to retire, and Joe McDonald didn't take the start. So that is everybody done. And now, Sam, it's time to get the new wheel up for this season and see who's going to be starting pole for this second race.
Okay, the wheel is on the screen right now, and let's spin it. So this time around we have 4 almost full positions, and it is not going to be a full reverse, but it is 40.
40 is Rob Graham, I think. It is. So Rob Graham's going to be starting on pole position for this second race. Scott Malcolm, I believe they're 2 teammates, going to be starting on the front row with him. Jake Blackhall in 3rd. Those overtakes did help him out. Vlad Zajanjakovski starting in 4th. Josh Thompson's going to be starting in 5th. I did say that 36th place could put him right in the mix, and it definitely has. So he'll be one to watch, and we'll be back in a few moments here on Apex Racing TV, the second race of the season and of the day here at Silverstone in the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
We're back on Apex Racing TV, getting set for the second race of the season and the second of the day here at Silverstone in the iRacing MSA British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship. Great start to the evening with Dave Baker getting the win for CQR. Now it's time for everybody else to respond. A 40-car reverse grid, and we're just scratching the surface after 62 cars turned up and have caused a few issues for some of the drivers on the grid. Hopefully they will get ironed out, but Sam, iRacing, it seems that the grid is bigger than some can handle. Well, iRacing can handle.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the iRacing cannot handle the BSR grids. I'm not sure that they were perhaps not expecting so many Kias on the grid and don't really know how to deal with it. But hopefully we can get the rest of the 2 races without any issues.
Yes, Savidovic had to exit the session. I saw a few on the various Facebook groups speaking of a few S-bar issues. I remember those days. That was back when I was on a laptop. But yeah, we're down to the grid.
Yeah, it's going to be a very fast grid for you.
Yeah, less than a minute. And if everyone joins in the next few seconds, then we've got even less time. Starting on the pole is Rob Graham, then second Scott Malcolm. I think that's a front row for Automech Not Kill, so great start for them. Hopefully they'll be able to keep some of their drivers up there. And second, Jake Blackhall, third Jake Blackhall, fourth Vlad Zajakovsky, then Josh Thompson for Boosted. Jamie Ayres sixth, Adam Hadfield seventh. Jack McIntyre starting in 8th position on the grid. Then 9th for Adam Delmont, 10th for Brian Holmes, Christian Rosen 11th, 12th for Mark Woodhouse, then Dan Brown in 13th, then Adam McNally 14th, Nick Madsen 15th, 16th Laura Bond, 17th Alex Simpson, 18th Isaac Price, 19th Stuart McFadden, and 20th Colin Cunniff. Starting towards the back of the grid, you've got Ash Sutton starting in 39th, Jimmy Rushworth starting in 49th, Wojciech Savidovic starting in 57th place. A lot of cars. Here we go. Very long hold, and the car doesn't move. ProSim, the red ProSim car just gets hit straight away. That was that Vlad? I think it might have been. Yeah, Vlad Zajakovsky didn't get into gear, literally, and got hit from behind. Fortunately, not too much damage for the car that hit him, and neither for him. He's away.
Yes, amazingly, he only lost like 10 positions, currently running 14th. But good start for Rob Graham, maintaining his first position with Jake Blackhouse and Josh Thompson third.
And off is the Apex Racing car of... may have been Katz, no it isn't, he's still going. Trying to find it, it's like really difficult to scroll through the field. It is Brian Holmes, making his debut this week in the Apex Racing team, and that's not gone at all well. Right, field going into Stowe. It is Rob Graham leading. Jake Blackhall's made a great start. He's up to second place, gained the position already. Josh Thompson up 2 places to third. Got Malcolm down to fourth. They might get worse because Jack McIntyre has gone round the outside in that Youth Energy liveried car. McIntyre is up to fourth, 4 positions gained. But here comes Blackhall. CQ Academy driver wants this lead already, and Josh Thompson wants to go along with him.
And also having problems fighting them, but okay, here we go.
Oh, Thompson sliding about under braking. Of course, boosted driver with the Radical sponsorship on the car. Around the outside goes Tomo. Up the inside goes the CQR Academy car, Blackhall. Both drivers giving each other quite a bit of space in the early laps. Thompson through into second, and oh, who's this trying to follow him through? Yeah, Jack McIntyre. Youth Energy car with the red on it. Thompson through into second. And now it's 2 wide just behind them. This is Adam Delmont in another Youth Energy car versus Scott Malcolm. Oh, here comes Tomo for the lead, wasting no time.
Side by side. Yeah, side by side in car 1.
And the outside goes Thompson. This could be the lead already. But I'm sure Rob Graham will give everything he's got to stop Thompson getting the lead. But it looks like the Radicals car with the boosted car with the Radical sponsorship is through into the lead. Thompson hits the front, started 5th. Did say he was one to watch out for, Sam, and he's got it within space of a lap.
Yeah, that was really quick, and now we'll see if he can run away, or what kind of pace Graham can do, or can maybe Blackhall get by Graham and challenge for the lead. And here we go, Blackhall on the inside, Graham on the outside, and that seems like that is a... No, it's still going on. Now it's Graham on the inside.
Round the outside, almost drifting there, Jake Blackhall, the number 11. CQR, oh, contacts, it's the 2, boy, it was teammates, so it's still kicking off in front as well. McIntyre and Blackhall all over the place, and it's going to kick off here, I think, going into Abbey. There was stuff going on behind with Christian Rose and Adam Delmont, I think. Might have been Mark Wood. Oh no, it might have been Dan Brown actually. I don't know, but either way, they're going into bridge now. There's a Team Mad car in the mix. There's brakes getting locked up as Jack McIntyre tries to defend from Rob Graham. Graham hits him into Brooklands. They're both going to suffer now. 3 wide into Luffields. And who's that trying to go around the outside? That's the Team Mad car of Mark Woodhouse. Sadly, no Andrew Woodhouse today, but hopefully he's watching and enjoying all this action here as we go through the final corner. 3 wide in some places, 2 wide in others as they cross the line. Blackwell up to second, and Mark Woodhouse now daring to make it 3 wide as we go into the first corner. Quite a few cars in the pits as well, unfortunately, after the opening 2 laps.
Oh! Josh Thompson must... Oh, what happened?
Oh, also that car around. Thankfully, no one else collected.
That might be Malcolm.
Yeah. Oh, Scott Malcolm, the pole sitter. Sorry, the second place man on the grid. Not good for him. And it's 2 wide in Chapel. This is Adam Hadfield versus Dan Brown, a near quarter panel there on the exit. Behind them, they've got Nick Madsen, who's trying to make it 3 wide through the middle. He is. This might not end well. Lee Deemer out of the race. He's outcutting to the inside, Madsen, but he gets a Kia Optima in the face. Now getting involved, Adam McNally, as a few tyres squealing as he tries to go through club.
Still side by side here, but they're definitely going for it.
Giving it their all day one of the BSRTC. Isaac Price is in the middle of a battle. Dan Brown, Madsen there too. Adam Hadfield and Dan Brown going through there. Then it's Madsen, then Johnston, McNally, then Isaac Price, who gets a build on the grass going through bridge. The Bodak car. Vladzan Tchaikovsky, who stalled at the start, is now under pressure because at the inside of him goes Stuart McFadden, one of the big gainers from the opening race of the day. And just behind them, we've got wheel-to-wheel stuff between Alex Everett and Evdoka, I believe it is.
And I can also tell you that Ash Sutton is literally flying on the track right now. 1 minute 46, that is the fastest lap we've had so far, and he is climbing up the ranks, currently 17th.
That's the second quicker than the lap that Josh Thompson's just done. He's gained 21 positions, Ash Sutton, up to 18th place. Car 01, and on a mission, and probably in amongst this battle here, isn't he? As in fact, he's just in front of them, isn't he? He's in 17th place. He's now got Stuart McFadden on his hit list. He drives for the Academy team, of course, and I don't think he's going to be want to be doing too much to stop the Radio British Touring Car Champion going through. Just behind those two, it's Laidler and Everett fighting for positions as well. So midfield is the place to be. And they've got Jack Sedgwick and Michael Evdoka, 2 Bodak teammates, as go onto the hangar straight, and Sutton is trying to get past McFadden. McFadden looks like he's going to get past Vlad, and just up the road we've got 2 wide, 2 deep here, I think. This is Rob Graham and Mark Woodhouse, and Jamie Ayres and Adam Hadfield, so a lot of battles going on here. This is for a spot inside the top 10, Sam.
Yeah, good battle back here for the 5th place with McIntyre, Woodhouse and Graham. But currently it looks like Josh Thompson is... No, he is not running away from Blackhall, and Blackhall has been able to close the gap, and I believe we might be seeing a battle for the lead in just a couple of laps time.
I hope so. The gap's down to 1.8 seconds. This battle between Woodhouse and Graham continues, and you've got Hadfield and 2 wide between Dan Brown and Jamie Ayres. Who's that also in the mix? That's Mark Johnston. Nick Madsen now coming to the outside. Bit of damage there, and a bit of damage to the Team Mad car of Johnston. Up the inside of the GT Omega car 105. Jamie Ayres, Team Mad car Jamie Ayres. And just in front of them, up the inside, is Graham on... as Hadfield on Graham as they come across the line. Camera's a bit far away, so I can't tell who, which driver's which. We'll get used to the liveries throughout the season. Very close there is the Team Mad and the GT Omega car rub panels on the exit. Cars darting about left, right and centre. Thought we might have a collision there, but it all works out. Team Mad car going very, very wide there. Jamie Ayres. Now on to the hangar straight contact. Contacts it around, goes one of the Youth Energy, not one of the Youth Energy cars, it's Adam McNally, that is a Youth Energy car. Oh, he's back on, there's a crash at the back. I think there's a Pro Sim car that may have been involved in that. At the very back, it was hard to tell. Quite a few cars that look like it. But, oh, and off. The two Bodak cars have come together and have taken maybe a third one with them.
Yeah, that's Isaac Price. Might be done for the day.
Well, let's have a look and see what happened. I was looking at the timing screen. Did the two Bodak cars collide? If they did, then that's not too good of them. Madsen. It's not Madsen, is it? It's Price. Yeah, it was Price up the. Moving over to defend.
On board with Isaac Price, and he definitely got quarterfinal on the straight.
Jack Sedgwick, 3 Bodak cars involved, because the other one that got involved in it was Michael Evdoka. They'll be raging on the TeamSpeak after this. Evdoka's carried on though. He's he was in 23rd place, but that is such a that is a disaster for them. Take one piece of solace that they can take is that they're going to be towards the front for the third race if they can stay just a lap or so down. That's a talking point from this opening race meeting of the day. This battle continues over between Jamie Ayres and Rob Graham. This is 8th and 9th. They don't have. This pack is really split apart now. Ash Sutton, by the way, has gained 29 positions. He got past McFadden. He's added to that by getting past Laidler and Vlad. Zajankovski, he's now up to 10th position after finishing in 2nd place in the opening race. He's not going to win. He's 10 seconds away from Josh Thompson, but top 5 could be on the cards as we go down the hangar straight again.
Yeah, and Sutton joined this battle pack between Graham and Ayres. This might be a move here.
Oh,
and that is Ash Sutton on the inside, gives Graham a little bit of the nudge as well.
Knows all about Rob Graham, he knows all about Jamie Ayres as well. Experienced racers in the Kia and in the various BSR series that we have here on Apex Racing TV. Sutton nudging his way through our club. He's going to pick the outside because Graham has covered it off. Sutton almost getting forced onto the grass as they go for Abbey, and he has to slot back in behind the Automech car. Don't want to crash here, otherwise you will definitely be written off for the day. Sutton trying to cut back through bridge. Really a set up Graham. There may have been contact there between the two of them. And Sutton is up the inside. Yeah, definite nudge. Or maybe even a crash, you could say. And up the inside and around the outside goes Sutton into Luffield. And that is Ash Sutton up into 8th place now. 2 positions gained on this lap. Make that 31 positions gained for the British Touring Car Champion. And while he was doing those moves, he was still able to set a 1:49, which is only half a second slower than Josh Thompson. So great driving by Sutton as Stuart McFadden gets past Vlad Zajankovski. That's Stuart up to 12th place now.
Yeah,
next
one ahead of McFadden is later. This is just a battle going on between these 5 drivers here. Bit later, McFadden, Vlad and McNally.
2 Apex cars are out of the race. Davis out, Cat out. So problems for Apex already with those 2 out of the race. Jack McIntyre, the Adam Delmont, I think, in the battle for 3rd. That is McIntyre trying to get the move done. 2 Youth Energy teammates fighting as well. But for now anyway, a bit of a stalemate. Mark Woodhouse has drifted away from these guys now. There is an Automech car there just behind them. That is Max Wright, who is in 53rd place, a few laps down. So he's just there as a back marker. Ash Sutton, a man on a mission, is he? All the way from Jamie Ayres. He's now got his chase after Adam Hadfield. Battle here between Vlad Zajankovski, Stuart McFadden, Adam McNally and Laidler and Graham. Laidler up the inside. Graham's not going to have any of that, but unfortunately I think he's going to have to yield. There's another CQR Academy car in there as well. That's McFadden. Up the inside goes the Automech car. On Vlad Zajankovski, very easy to pick him out with the bright red and white Pro Sim car. think McNally may have just given McFadden a little bit of a tap there going through the final corner. And then 2 wide behind. That's Evdoka, one of the surviving Bodak cars, and Adam McNally as well as we go into Cops. Graham cannot turn. A lot of understeer there. Somehow he's been able to not lose a position, but he may do now as we go into Maggots and Beckett, Sam.
Yeah, there was slight contact from Ladd tapping the rear panels of the car, but no harm from foul. And here comes Graham on McFadden, but McFadden defends the outside line. He's able to get a better run on the straight, and now Tyson Graham defends the inside line here.
Take the outside here into look at that Seeker Academy car go. Doesn't work out, but it was a nice try to see him try in the move there, Stu McFadden. And Vlad Zanchkovsky's has now got McNally on his inside, and that will quickly become the outside going into club. Bodak car, Michael Evdoka just waiting to get in that space. They're unable to. Some cars taking off a bit on the exit there of club. Graham now is under pressure from McFadden as we go into bridge. 2 drivers that know each other well. Of course, McFadden drove for the Automech team a few seasons back. Well, in fact, last season. Goes up the inside into Priory. Get into Brooklands. Good clean racing between these two. No contact yet. May expect that to change as the elbows come out in the BSRTC. 2 wide just behind those two that are fighting. That's Colin Cunniff in the Northern Lights Racing GT Omega car, trying to get past Evdoka in the Bodak car. 2 wide, 2 deep here as they come out across the line onto lap 9. 3 laps to go.
Looking at, something happened that the leaders... No, it was just my overlay going wild. Never mind then, back to the battle.
Still 2 seconds between Thompson and Blackhall at the front of the race. Looks like a win for Boosted is on the cards unless something goes wrong for Thompson. There's a car that's going across the infield there of Maggots and Beckett's. Might be Stephen Baxter. There's contact between McNally and McNally has to come back onto the track and make sure he doesn't hit anything. Gets past there by Dan Brown, and it's just getting bigger and bigger as slowdown for I think that's just Max Wright getting out of the way. It is contact between Brandon and McNally. Close stuff there, and who's this that's in the middle of it all? This is Carl Janssen trying to get past Michael Evdoka. Checking Carl Janssen, that is another Radicals car that's driving for the Boosted team. Radicals livery on the car, I think. Yeah, it is. And he's involved in the thick of it too as we're coming around to start the penultimate lap here in race 2. Race order then, Thompson leads, Blackhall second, third McIntyre, fourth is Adam Delmont, fifth is Mark Woodhouse, sixth Christian Rose, Ash Sutton Elk in seventh place, as up the inside goes Evdoka, and then eighth Adam Hadfield, ninth Jamie Ayres, 10th Rusty Laidler. As into Luffield we go again. Carl Janssen getting a great view of this battle that's going on in front of him. Car 55, Michael Evdoka against car 16, Colin Cunniff. Driving for Northern Lights Racing GT Omega team, a team that should have high ambitions for this season. And just behind them, it's kicking off with somebody that's just got DQ'd, I think. Johnny Brandon has reached the incident limit, which for this season remains at 11, I believe. No, it's been increased to 15. He's managed to reach that limit, and he's done for this second race, and he'll be starting at the back for race 3.
Also looking at it seems like Vlad might have had a slowdown because he just was moving very slowly there for a moment, but seems to have sorted out right now.
He has. Up the inside of Stephen Baxter, up the inside goes Stephen Baxter on Evdoka. These two continuing their battle, and Baxter's teammate Colin Cunniff is now trying to apply the pressure on Graham. Graham, who started on the pole, still doing pretty well for himself here, up in 12th position, ahead of quite a few of the AMs in the field. Ash Sutton, by the way, is getting 33 positions. That's quite remarkable. Top 5 may still be on the cards. He's just over half a second behind. Set a 48 on the last lap compared to the 48.9 was done by Woodhouse. Get to line, there's going to be a lap to go as Graham fights for everything that he's worth. And this huge train comes behind. Quite a big. I don't think there's enough boxes in this battle overlay, Sam, for everybody that's here.
No, definitely not. But there's a battle wherever you look at. Except maybe at the front, Josh Thompson has been able to open just over a few seconds to take Blackhall. So maybe it's just setting, Jake is also setting down to the second place.
Oh, Graham out wide. There goes through Janssen and Cunniff, or definitely Cunniff, maybe Janssen. Final lap, Graham. Oh dear.
That is not where you want to go.
Somehow he's able to save it. Thankfully he's able to save it, actually. And oh, McNally gets turned into him. Both survive. Oh, no they don't. Has McNally been DQ'd? I think he might have
been disqualified, yes.
That's him gone. Somebody else has gone as well. No, Glatzel I think's continuing. But yeah, late drama there in that crazy battle. Graham, thankfully, has been able to continue. He wasn't anywhere near the incident limit, so he's been able to carry on. Michael Hall has got a great view of Jack Sedgwick versus Kip Stevens going into the closing parts of the lap. Meanwhile, where's Josh Thompson in all this? He is just coming into Brooklands for the final time. Did Sutton get past Woodhouse? He did. So Sutton does make it 2 top 5s in a row, despite there being a 40-car reverse grid. Quite remarkable. Josh Thompson comes out the final corner, and he's going to get his name on the score sheet here. As he crosses the line, Josh Thompson wins the second race of the day here at Silverstone. Second place for Jake Blackhall, making it 2 races in a row that are CQR cars finished on the podium. Jack McIntyre 3rd, Youth Energy's first podium of the season. Delmont 4th, Sutton getting to 5th, and you can see he's delighted with that. Woodhouse 6th, losing out on the final lap. Christian Rose 7th, 8th Hadfield, 9th Jamie Ayres, 10th Rusty Layla.
Yeah, that was just as we expected. Great drive by Sutton, but also good drive from Blackhall. Didn't quite have enough pace to challenge Thompson, but he definitely gave it all.
Do you know what, Sam? Ash Sutton isn't the biggest mover in the field.
Really?
That honour goes. That's Wojciech Savidovic. Finishes in 18th after starting in 57th, overtaking 39 cars along the way. His onboard would have been good, and I believe you can watch some onboards online.
Yeah, do we have live feed for Wojciech? Maybe. But I know at least Alex is streaming his race.
Wow.
Yeah, like not often you expect to hear someone making 18th and then nominated as the biggest mover.
So someone pipping Ash Sutton to the biggest mover award, that doesn't happen often, and Wojciech Savidovic bouncing back straight away, the reigning champion, showing his worth right there. And even though that is amazing, he's definitely put himself back in the midfield for the 3rd race, although it's better than starting at the back like he did for this one. Right then, everyone has crossed the line, so we'll run you through the finishing order then. Josh Thompson makes it 2 different winners out of the first 2 races. Jake Blackhall in 2nd, and Jack McIntyre finishing in 3rd. Then 4th, Adam Delmont, Ash Sutton finishing in 5th after starting in 39th place on the grid. Mark Woodhouse in 6th, Christian Rose 7th, Adam Hadfield 8th, 9th Jamie Ayres, and 10th Rusty Laidler. Stuart McFadden finishing in 11th, 12th Colin Cunniff, Carl Janssen 31st to 13th. It's another good drive, 18 positions gained then for the man from Scandinavia. Stephen Baxter 24 positions gained to 14th, and 15th for Vladzan Jakovsky, stalled at the start and had to get some of those positions back. 16th for Michael Evdoka, Dan Brown 17th. Then it's the biggest mover, Wojciech Savidovic starting in 57th and finishing in 18th. Rob Graham, the pole sitter, finishing in 19th. Despite what happened on that final lap, I think he can hold his head up high there. Top 20 result with a field like this is not to be sniffed at. 20th place for Jack Sedgwick, the pro driver. gaining 13 positions there. Kip Stevens gaining 3, finishing in 21st place. Michael Hall gaining 36 positions. A lot of big movers here. Started 58, finished 22nd, just 1 position away from Wojciech Dawidovic, biggest gainer. Then moving down the field, 23rd place finish for Ross McFarlane. Started 61st. Ross McFarlane gaining 38 positions too. Then Jamie Rushworth finishing in 24th. 25 positions gained for him. Alex Everett 25th. Pete Newman 26th. Chris Wood finishing in 27th. Alex Simpson finishing in 28th place. Dropped back 11 places there in that second race. 29th for Gareth Hickling after starting in 50th. Dave Baker gaining 10 positions after winning the opening race to finish in 30th. Michael Blake 31st, 32nd for Matt Keever. Scott Malcolm started on the front row, then ended up finishing in 33rd. Warming in 34th, Tristan Bottis 35th. 36th for Julian Janowski after starting in 56th, so gain of 20 spots there. And Will Smith finishing in 37th, Taylor Lane in 38th. 39th Dave Crozier after starting 60th. 40th Fraser Williamson. Callum Spencer 41st. Then Lorne Murray 42nd. Brian Holmes was off in Beckett's on the opening lap, and the Apex Racing car finishing in 43rd. Adam McNally DQ'd on the last lap, finished in 44th. Same for Sven Glatzel. Don't know what happened to Dave Christie. I'll just check that he wasn't disqualified. No, he wasn't. So he finished 1 lap down in 46th. And if we do get a full -1, it'll be him on the pole. Then Max Wright 47th, 1 lap down. Then Johnny Brandon 2 laps down. Ben Hackerson 3. Madsen 50th. And then Mark Johnston, Andreas Katz 6 laps down. Isaac Price as well. And then 10 laps down, Adam Broughton Grant, Matt Bunn, Lee Deemer, Nicole Foggy, Laura Bond, Nathan Davis. Front, Paul Smith. Not having the best evening so far. Finished in 61st place. So, Sam, time for the second reverse grid of the day to set the grid for race 3.
And yep, let's go for it. I am hoping for a full reverse. But let's see. Oh, we might be able to get it. Not quite. 30.
30, so 10 less than race 2. It's going to be Dave Baker on the pole. Dave Baker, the man who was on pole for race 1, starting pole for race 3. Then it's Gareth Hickling second. Alex Simpson gets a second row of the grid start. Then Chris Wood 4th and Pete Newman in 5th. So that is a very interesting reverse grid for race 3. And it's coming up here on Apex Racing TV after this short break here. Stay with us.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
We're halfway through the night here on Apex Racing TV. Just 2 more races to go in the opening race meeting of the season in the BSRTC, the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship here at Silverstone Historic. Next week we head down under to Phillip Island, where we usually kickstart the season. We're here at Silverstone today. Adam Buffett, Sam Kumo in the commentary box once again, and Sam, time to see how Alex Simpson will get on, because he's going to be starting on the second row of the grid for this one.
Yeah, this is really his chance to make some moves here and maybe chance for the win, we'll see. But in the previous 2 races he has been kind of getting stuck in the back half of the field and not been able to really make his way up. But then again, he is not one of the, let's say, pro drivers for this series. He usually drives the Williams and LMP, not necessarily this car.
Yeah, Williams.
No, McLaren. Yeah.
Yes,
well, that's how long it's been since I driven the F1 cars.
I haven't driven the McLaren. To be fair, I did 1 race in a Williams, and that was at Spa, and barely got going off the line. I forgot that if you hit something with the single seaters, that's your race over. Too many races in the Kia, I think so. Never again.
Yeah, it takes different kind of driving style. It's not like the contact sports as this one is.
Definitely. Well, it's been a good evening so far. I'm still loading into the session. Hopefully we've still got time on the grid before we get going. But starting on the...
20 seconds.
Started loading about 2 minutes ago, so should be in before the race gets going. Indeed I am, there we go. Starting on the pole for this one then is... David Baker, as he was in race 1. Here we go. We're underway. Good start by Alex Simpson. He's already up to 2nd place. He got the traction down. It's 4 wide behind him. Maybe a good thing that he did get into 2nd place here, because it might not end well going into the first corner. Somehow it does. Alex Simpson up to 2nd place already. See if he can challenge David Baker. This is going to be very intriguing to watch. 2x2 into Magnus and Beckett's then. Pete Newman in there, Chris Woods as well. He's in 3rd place. Sorry, it's Alex Simpson in 2nd. Then it's Chris Wood in 3rd. Newman also up in the mix too. We've got a CQR Academy car there. That's Jamie Rushworth, the Season 4 champion. Back at it again. Does well around this track. Snatched a few late victories in this one. But now down the Hanger Straight we go for the first time then into the Stowe right-hander. And it looks like, Sam, once again, everybody's got through without too many big crashes.
Yeah, I don't think we saw any crashes yet. Tristan made a little bit off track, but that was just corner cutting, nothing major. And everyone seems to be able to complete first lap without any issues.
On their way to Abbey then for the first time. Baker already escaping into a 0.6 of a second advantage as they go for Abbey. Now Alex Simpson's got to deal with Chris Woods just behind them. You've got a close battle there between Gareth Hickling and Jamie Rushworth, one of the highest CQR Academy cars in this one, with the purple strips on it. Rushworth's looking up the inside here into Brooklands. There he goes. Car 44. Gareth Hickling's going to try everything he can to stop him. Wonder if car 44 might be stopped. Will be standing on the top step of the podium on Sunday night. Got the F1 back, of course. Practice tonight. Know what I'll be doing from 12:30 onwards. Over the line we go to complete the opening lap. It's Baker, Simpson, Wood, Hickling, Rushworth, Newman, Everett, McFarlane, Sedgwick, and Wojciech Savidovic cracks the top 10 for the first time tonight.
And we also just had a move for, let's see, where was it? 19th place, as Sutton made the pass on Carl Jansson, and currently chasing down Colin Cannock. And makes the pass.
There you go. Right on cue. Oh, contact just in front. That's Dan Brown in the GT Omega car, getting a nice push there of his teammate Colin Cunliffe. And a slowdown penalty perhaps, or is it just a free wide? It's hard to tell. There, car 16, Colin Cunliffe. Carl Janssen in the mix there too. Pro-Am driver, I'm told, reliably told as well. That may not be the case, as in he may be too quick for being an amp. But yeah, through club too wide further up the field. This is the battle over a spot inside the top 10. You've got Savinovic in the mix. You've got Jack Sedgwick. You've got Alex Everett trying to go toe-to-toe with the reigning champion. And he is as they go for Abbey. This might not end well. Just in front of them, it's too wide. We've got Hickling and McFarlane too. Savinovic up the inside. Around the outside goes Gareth Hickling. And out of the inside, the car with the Welsh flag. Oh, quarter panel. That's not gone well. And that was Alex Everett.
Yes. And now he's in a tough place to join the track.
Got to try and rejoin. 3 wide going through Luffield. Hickling in the middle. On the outside is car 48. That's Jack Sedgwick. Living life dangerously here as they go through Woodcote. We've seen some big crashes here over the years. And they're still 3 wide. Spotters helping each other out here. Now into the first corner. It is going to be the Bodak car of Sedgwick that has the upper hand. But then he takes to the runoff area on the exit, which is going to allow everyone else back in. He needs to be careful with the rejoin. He just about is. And Michael Hall now trying to close in.
And back at the front, Baker is slightly opening the gap to Simpson. It's now up to 3 tenths. And Chris Wood, he has some time to make a... Oh no, sorry, that is 6 tenths to Simpson. But yeah, it's really this battle back for 5th with McFarlane and Ben Newman that is going on here. And that is McFarlane that passed Newman, I believe.
Pass. Yeah, it is. Ross McFarlane through. And that is him up into 5th position. He's cracked the top 5. Then it's Newman, then it's Wojciech, then it's Sedgwick, then it's Michael Hall, then it's Gareth Hickling in car 44, and then Kip Stevens, who's doing okay. He's currently sat in 11th. Then Michael Evdoka 12th, then Graham and Baxter, Janssen, Brown, Ash Sutton, as we were talking about him, was in 14th. Just dropped back a little bit on this lap. Something may have gone on there. And Stuart
it
McFadden.
looked like he had a small incident, nothing major, just lost the control and few positions, but he's able to continue, no issues.
Whereabouts on the track was that, Sam?
Ah.
Or do you know it was just an off-track?
Catch it. Let's see.
Might be able to get a replay. Rare opportunity to get a replay here. So much going out on the circuit.
Oh, he got a helping hand from who was that? With the red and white car, GT Omega car. It might have been Michael Evdoka.
Might have been, yes. But yeah, that's what happened to Ash Sutton. Dan Brown and Stuart McFadden going wheel to wheel here into Maggots and Beckett's. McFadden up the inside. Contact was inevitable, but they're able to hold on. It's further contact behind them too. And now going into Chapel, leading this battle pack around. It's Rob Graham, then it's Stephen Baxter, then it's Ash Sutton in 16th place now, trying to get some positions back. Got Carl Janssen now behind him, so he's up to 50.
Oh,
big one. That's Vlad. It's got to be Vlad, isn't it?
Oh, and right on the racetrack, and it's a big mess.
It's a big one. I only saw the beginning of it, but as Sam has told you, it's a big one.
Yes, it's going on.
It's still continuing. Right, let's see what happened to Vlad. Car 59 in the middle. He's going to get quarter panelled. Maybe he should have given the Sim Mortal car of Adam Hadfield a bit more space. Vlad goes off and then back into the facing traffic, and a few cars. Oh dear me, Nick Madsen, the Team Mad car of Dave Crozier, and Taylor Lane, all going for a big one.
On the screen right now.
And Apex Racing car also involved. Go see which one that is. That is Brian Holmes. It's not the best evening for Brian. Another Team Mad car in it too, Paul Smith. That's 3 races in a row, I think, for him as well. He'll be livid. And that's 2 Team Mad cars out as well. Taylor Lane, Adam Broughton, Grant Dave Crozier look like they're going to get a bit of it too. They may have just avoided it, but what a disaster. And that's right in the middle of the field, so big one.
Yeah, if there is ever a big one, it's gonna be either there or in the main straight.
At least there was a bit more room to escape there on the hanger straight, on the front straight. Very little places get around. Battle here between an Apex Racing car, that's Wojciech Savinovic, the reigning champion, And that is the C-Car Academy with the red on it. That is Pete Newman, isn't it? Yeah, it is, as they go down the hangar straight. Savidovic trying to get past the Academy car into Stowe. Just in front, you can see Rushworth duking it out with Ross McFarlane too. Welcome back to BSRTC, Jamie, as he has a few internet connection problems of his own. And Savidovic through into 5th position. We've got Apex Racing Cars in 2nd and in 6th now. See what other battles we've got going out on the circuit here. Amazing one between Dan Brown and Rob Graham. Graham, who started on the pole for race 2, has got Carl Janssen trying to get past him, and the Northern Lights GT Mega car of who is it? It's
again, big one behind them.
Oh, big one behind. Oh yeah, it's one of the Academy cars, I think. It's Rusty. Yeah, it's Rusty Laidler. He's had to tow back to the pits. Hits the concrete wall at Bridge. Don't think that's going to be going anywhere, and no fast repairs either. As Josh Thompson eases out of the way another Academy car. That's Stuart McFadden, and allows some of the Northern Lights GT Mega cars to get up the inside. It's all happening here. Over the line they go on to lap 6. We have just gone past the halfway point. Dan Brown trying to get past Rob Graham, but there's just no way through. But he might get the cut back here on the exit of Cott. And if he can get alongside Graham going into Maggots and Beckett's, it'll be his best opportunity to get the move done. We'll see now. Oh, there's space. Eases him out. Almost on the grass, Rob Graham there as they go through Beckett's. Now into Chapel. These lot are really holding themselves up, because here comes everybody else. Here comes car 58, Josh Thompson. He's already gained 12 positions in this one. He'll be about to make it 14, and everybody else behind him are coming with a right head of steam too. You've got 2 of the Northern Lights GT Mega cars 3 wide. That's brave Dan Brown. Josh Thompson thankfully gives him the room, and he's going to go to the outside here. I'll be amazed if that works, and he's got off. Thompson, in his efforts to give Dan Brown some space, ends up sacrificing himself a bit there as Rob Graham all over the place as they go through Club, and everyone trying to find their own bit of track. Oh, that's one of the Northern Lights GT Mega cars, and it's Thompson getting forced out wide again. Car 16, Cunniff, not giving an inch to Thompson. Someone else off too. There's been a crash.
Jake Blackhall and Sven Glatzel, I believe.
Sven Glatzel had a good qualifying in race 1. Sacrificial lambs, those two possibly, because it was all getting a bit too heated, and it still is as they go into Priory. Oh, contact I think between the 2 Youth Energy cars in the background there. It's continuing. That's McIntyre and that's Delmont, and who else is there? That's Team Mads, Jamie Ayres. Gotta say, this is amazing stuff here at Silverstone, even with some of the incidents that we've had. Racing here has been phenomenal, and it's setting a benchmark for the season. Over 130 races plus a revamped showdown. Less races, meaning more opportunities for a very close final race of the season, which will be ending in Daytona this season as always. 2 wide again between Adam Hadfield and Rob Graham going into Maggots and Beckett's. Contacts between Rob Graham and someone else is off as well. That's one of the C-Car Academy cars. That's
Christian Rose.
Christian Rose, yes it is. Across the gravel, across the grass. Academy car gets back going again. Fair dues to Alex Simpson. Dave Baker may have got the gap up to 9/10, but since then, Simpson's been quick. Graham, you may as well just leave a camera on him. He's got everyone trying to get past him here. 3 wide on the exit of Club. That's got to be Thompson, isn't it? That's trying to get by. I think it is. It is. Car 58. Round the outside, he'll be on the inside now. That's going to be fantastic by Josh Thompson. Great move by the single-seater driver, the GT driver. He drives everything. Man from the Isle of Man. And he was in 24th at the start of the lap. I think he may have just cracked the top 20.
And here we are on board with Josh Thompson going on the outside line, and he is definitely attacking, making a move, and is able to make it stick. That's another position for him.
It's him again. Oh, bumper to bumper, including Josh Thompson. Graham is really the stopper in the bottle here. 3 wide into Lovefield. Contact, inevitable. Youth Energy cars getting hit around left, right and centre. They're like bowling pins, these Kia Optimas. Oh! Fingers crossed, folks, for the final corner onto lap 8. Gunnar still on the grass. Back on now. Oh! The Team Mad car may have been helped through that first corner there, Jamie Ayres. And now here come the Northern Lights GT Omega cars. And also the Youth Energy car of Adam Delmont. Into Magus and Beckett's now. Jamie Ayres is still there. Oh, someone's gone off. Another car to take a shortcut across, and that might have been another C-Car Academy car. Off go Jamie Ayres, and off goes the Team Mad car of the Northern Ice Racing car of car 16, Colin Cunniff. They get back on again, and it's still continuing. It's going to be a repeat of what happened to Vlad. Off into the arm curve go Christian Rose, and someone gets flipped over. That's an Automech car. That's got to be Max Wright. Second race in a row he's been involved in something, and Jamie Ayres, it looks like he's got damage too, so it's going to happen sooner or later, Sam, and we finally have a crash in that massive pack.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time when it happened. Oh, and they are almost cut off the innocent bystanders there when they were recovering. But yeah, It was just about to happen anytime.
Might not be over yet, you know. Someone might have just got DQ'd, I don't know. 2 Youth Energy cars fighting it out. This is Jack McIntyre and Adam Delmont. Up the inside goes the 33, holding everybody up in the process as they go through bridge. Everyone arriving really unabated speed. And it's still continuing into Brooklands, you know. Up the inside goes the British Team Mad car. That's car 24, that's Mark Woodhouse. And now through Luffield again. Insane battles going on here at the moment. It's Woodhouse that leads them round. Into the pits comes one of the C-Car Academy cars, that's Stuart McFadden. Maybe for not serving a slowdown, or maybe he might have got a meatball flag, but the car does look pretty clean. Don't know what that's for. We're on lap 9 of 11. 3 laps to go. Oh, boosted car, that's Hackerson in around 28th place. Then Nick Madsen in 29th. We've got Jake Blackhall in the mix too, one of the drivers in race 2 that was near the front. Fantastic battle going on here. Jamie Rushworth was the quickest driver on the circuit on the last lap, 46 dead. 48 dead. Fastest lap of the race is Savidovic with a 46.9. But Rushworth showing that he's lost none of the speed that took him to the season 4 title in 2014. Isaac Price, he must be one of the biggest movers. He's up the inside and shows that he's watched some of this BSRTC stuff and he knows how to get elbows out. That was good from Isaac, if maybe a touch a bit rude as Janowski gets eased out of the way, and that's Price into the top 25. Of course, was competing for the world's fastest gamer in the summer.
Yeah, this is definitely a good practice for overtaking. If you want to learn how to do the racecraft, come here with the BSRTC.
Oh, definitely. Up the inside goes Janowski. Price gets hit. Maybe a touch of payback, but he's able to hold on. Good car control there. And now into Brooklands. He definitely makes sure that Janowski doesn't get back up the inside of him. Anchoring the wheel over to that left-hand side to stop the boosted car coming up the inside of him. Tell you what, those boosted cars know how to race, and Stuart McFadden's out of the race. He'll be back for race 4, but I think he may be 2 laps down, so he won't be eligible for the reverse grid. 2 laps to go as well. Alex Simpson is still 9/10 of a second away from Dave Baker. Rob Graham continues his resolute defence of anybody that tries to stand in his way. This reminds me of Jim Flanagan at Brands back in about 2015 or 2016 in the Club Series. Up the inside goes McIntyre. He gets it done. This is over position inside the top 20. And now it's the turn of the other Youth Energy car to try and get through. This is Adam Delmont and Mark Woodhouse also there, and they're not too careful. Isaac Price and Janowski and pretty much everybody else will be closing in on these guys in the not too distant future. We've got Michael Blake trying to bump draft Hackerson down the straight. We've got Tristan Bodice, quite a few boosted cars represented here. All the drivers trying to find their own bit of space as we enter the closing stages. Graham's now got passed by Delmont.
Yeah, also correction, McFadden won't be back for race 4 because this is the final race of the evening.
Is it? Oh, we're back to 3 races. Well, that shows me.
According to the rules, yes. It should be 3 races.
Oh, right.
Unless someone hasn't updated the rules.
I'll tell you in a minute. I've got a document somewhere that I'll be able to consult for you. But yeah, if this is the final race of the day, then yeah, what a race meeting it's been. We're about to start the final lap. We have started the final lap. Dave Baker has just commenced it, and he could be on for 2 wins tonight. Ross McFarlane in 4th, Savidovic 5th. Maybe we should cast our eyes a bit further towards the front. We've had our eyes permanently fixed in the midfield throughout this one. And Savidovic fancies a 4th place here. He's right on the back of McFarlane on the final lap, so.
Yeah, this is good battle for the 4th. So not all action is in the back. Wojciech very close here, and also Jamie is very close to Savidovic. So we might see some moves happening at the end of this straight. Also behind them there's Segwick and Michael Hall having their own battle. Michael Hall going on the inside line. Oh, gives a small tap to Segwick, but just hangs back.
Good battle there. And Rushworth, yeah, closing in on Savidovic too. So we've got a 3-car scrap for 4th in the final half a lap of this one. Sam knows more than me, I think, in terms of the races. And if the rules say 3 races, then prove right on that one. Few corners to go. Definitely going to be Dave Baker that's going to make it 2 wins out of 3 here through the final corner. Credit to Alex Simpson, he stuck with him for the entire duration of this 1-car race. Well, Dave Baker is going to make it 2 wins for the season so far. He takes the checker flag and wins the 3rd race of the day here at Silverstone. 2nd place for Alex Simpson, 3rd for Chris Wood. Alex Simpson's first podium, by the way. 4th for Ross McFarlane, 5th Savidovic, 6th Rushworth, and then there's a whole load of position changes going on throughout the midfield in that crazy pack that we were looking at earlier. It's still going on. Isaac Price is still in with a shout here. He's still hoping that he gets this top 25 spot. And out of the final corner we go. It's wheel to wheel behind him though. Going to be a photo finish between Hackerson and car 24 Mark Woodhouse. I think that was just Hackerson. And indeed it was. Wow, what a 3rd race that was. Sam, really took your breath away that.
Yeah, plenty of action, and well, I would say that Paul Smith maybe didn't have the kind of season started as he was looking for. 3 not great results in 3 races, but we'll see next week.
We'll see next week, and yeah, I do, but this must be the 3rd race of the day because they've actually put it in bold red writing, 3 with the number 3 next to it, rounds races per meeting. So it does make sense. We're not on Motors TV anymore, so they can change the format back to 3 races, and yeah, 33 meetings, 102, 3 per night. So that was the final race of the day. And what a final race it was. Some proper BSRTC action, and viewers, if you're new to the series, this has put down the gauntlet for the season. Really looking forward to what's going to happen, and we're going to be at Phillip Island next week. Let's run you through the finishing order then. Dave Baker wins. Alex Simpson, well done Alex, 2nd place in his first proper BSRTC race meeting. Chris Wood finishes in 3rd. 4th Ross McFarlane, 5th Wojciech Savidovic, 6th Jamie Rushworth, Jack Sedgwick finishing in 7th, 8th Michael Hall, 9th for Pete Newman, and that's 3 top 10s in an evening for Ash Sutton. Good day's work. Kip Stevens finishing in 11th, 12th Stephen Baxter, Michael Evdoka finishing in 13th, 14th for Gareth Hickling, Carl Janssen finishing in 15th, 16th Alex Everett, 17th Dan Brown, 18th for Adam Hadfield, 19th for Josh Thompson after starting in 30th, and 20th place finish for Anwar Smith. Gain of 17 positions there for Anwar too, so that's a good job there. Jack McIntyre finishing in 21st, Adam Delmont in 22nd, Isaac Price, one of the biggest movers in the field there, finished in 23rd with 29 positions gained. I'm sure he's saying this BSRTC stuff kind of easy, isn't it? Ben Hackerson finishing in 24th, 24 positions gained too. Mark Woodhouse in 25th. Nick Madsen in 26th, 23 positions gained. Possibly the biggest mover. Martin Front in 27th, 32 positions gained for Martin there. Started in 59th, finished in 27th. 28th for Michael Blake, Adam McNally in 29th, 30th for Matt Keever, Jake Blackhall finishing in 31st, had to take a shortcut earlier on. Scott Malcolm in 32nd, 33rd for Johnny Brandon, then Lorne Murray, Warmingham in 35th, Rob Graham finished in 36th in the end. He just wouldn't be left alone, would he, today? Then Janowski in 37th, he dropped back after his battle earlier on with Isaac Price. Lee Deemer 38th, 39th for Adam Broughton Grant, 40th Dave Christie. Max Wright finishing in 41st, 42nd for Bodis. Christian Rose in 43rd, and then the cars one lap down or more. Colin Cunniff finishing down there. He did get DQ'd, he reached 15 incidents. Stuart McFadden 3 laps down, Jamie Ayres 3 as well. Sven Glatzel, big crash for him. Same for Laidler, same for everybody else here really. A huge crash on the Hanger Straight, taking out so many cars. Crozier, Bond, Taylor Lane, Vlad Zajakovsky 8 laps down. Ryan Holmes, Andreas Katz, Nicole Foggy, Mark Johnston, Nathan Davis and Matt Bunn also getting involved. So a lot of wrecked cars there. And all 3 races have been done. Yeah, I've just got that message on the Facebook. So apologies that we will have no interviews tonight. We are still setting up the Apex TV Discord. But yeah, next week, hopefully it's all set up and we'll be able to hear from you. But Sam, final thoughts from you? First race of the season, we're up and running, and BSRTC is definitely back after all that.
Yeah, that's definitely the BSRTC that we know and love. Plenty of action, plenty of cars, and very close battles. So it's gonna be another exciting season, I think.
It's gonna be taxing on us. It's been taxing on iRacing tonight. I'm sure many of the drivers are completely worn out. So we are joined. We have an interview, and it's Alex Simpson. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Oh yeah, I have access to this one, so I was like, oh, I could hear you say we're not going to have any interviews. So that's a surprise.
Surprise, yes. And your first podium. Well done.
Yeah, happy with that. To be fair, it's just luck of the draw. I mean, I got, pulled out 3rd, and who's on pole position but Baker? I'm like, well, I'm not going to do anything silly. I'm just going to try and stay in his slipstream the whole race, and yeah, that's what I did. There was a couple of points where I thought I'd lost it, but I just managed to sneak back in. So yeah, no, it was good. Good meeting. The second one was race was a bit crazy. I was on the absolute brink of getting disqualified, so I was just letting everybody go. I was like, have it. Can't get it. Can't get disqualified. 3 finishes and a podium. Yeah, happy with that. No flying like Le Mans, so yeah, dead check.
And the team as well. I don't know if you saw how many positions your teammate Wojciech gained in race 2. I think he started in the low 50s and ended up finishing 18th.
Yeah, I was speaking to the guys. They're a little bit. We had some good meetings and we had some not good meetings. So something to push on forward for next week. Priority really for this one was just to get the results, and we had a few DNA. So the start with.
Didn't have much practice for this one either, did you?
First practice was in the session tonight at about 7.
There you go. If it worked for Sebastian Job, then I'm sure it'll work for you.
Well, here's hoping. I mean, I hope obviously I'll learn the car. I mean, the whole race, every race there, even here, that was like priceless for me, following David spotting his braking points, the slightly alteration in the line that he's taken with the car, and that. And just I was able to learn. I definitely feel like there's places where I'm overdriving. Stuff like that just really, really helps. I think as the goes on, custom car, so hopefully, like David said on the chat, we'll get some side-by-side racing rather than me just lassoing him and try and, do cowboy and follow him.
Yeah, less cowboy, hopefully more booking Bronco, perhaps. Before we let you go, Alex, I know you're the team leader, but yeah, some shout-outs.
Oh, well, to you guys, thanks for broadcasting, Adam. And, Sam for obviously doing the actual stream this season. Let me have a play in the car. And, to all the drivers, meeting, thoroughly enjoyed that. Sponsor to SD Gaming. It's Leo Bod. And that's about it. I'm getting it. But to all the admins and everything for sorting it out. So to get this amount of cars on the grid, season after season, pretty epic.
Yeah, 62. I was saying to Sam, that's probably, apart from the big events like Le Mans and Daytona, that's probably one of the biggest fields ever assembled on iRacing. But yeah, well done on the podium, mate. And
I also need to thank the guys who obviously give me the set. So
yeah, they make an already difficult car easier to handle, I think. Those guys. But yeah, well done on the podium, Alex. And yeah, chat to you soon.
Cheers.
Right then, we've heard from Sam, and yeah, so that is pretty much it. We are out of time. Great evenings racing, and make sure, and I hope this persuades you to join us next week as well, and to give us a subscribe and a like as well, and all of that. But yeah, that is it. What a great day! And what a start to the season for CQR. David Baker, 2 wins out of 3, cooking on all cylinders. Bye for now.